Hello farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land, where today we are cutting our grass field with the class mowers that we have on demo from the store. Sad news is I came over here to fertilize it, but since it's in its last growth stage, it will not accept any more fertilizers. So I only got one stage of fertilization down on the field. So 243,000 liters, not going to happen, or at least it shouldn't happen when we mow the grass here today. The money is up because I did go ahead and sell all the silage. I got just under $40,000, $39,040 to be exact, for selling all the silage here. I do need to return that mower, the belt, before I forget. Let's go ahead and return that. All right, that's all taken care of, and our silage pit is now open for more grass. I do have the mowers back here, and I have them on the Fendt Vario 1000 because ever since I got this and said we're going to use the mowers, and I said I can't use them on the Fendt, everyone said, oh, sure you can. You don't need a PTO shaft, you need hydraulic hoses. You need a PTO shaft. And a couple of you even said there's a PTO shaft on here. There is not. If you have a 1000, maybe you have a modded one. I know there are some modded Fendt 1000s out there with the PTO shaft on the front. I do have the manual attached, but if I come over here and try to attach the PTO shaft, you can hear the little clicky sound for the PTO, but there's no PTO there. And if I come into the tractor, I'll even turn on the helper HUD for you. It says turn on mower for the front, with no PTO shaft to turn the blades. Yeah, it's not going to work. So I just left it on there just to be sure. I went down to the store with the Fendt to grab it to make sure. I'm like, geez, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe just because there doesn't show a PTO connection there, maybe there might be one there. There is not one there. Yep. Let me hit the Z key. Yeah, see, it says attach power takeoff, and it's not there. So let's go ahead and detach this because this is not going to work. What am I getting back in the tractor for? I don't know. Let's detach that. Now let's back on up and detach this as well. Let's see, hydraulic hoses, PTO shaft, and detach from the 3-point linkage. All right, let's move the Fendt out of the way. Oh, I still got the trailer on the T6. Yeah, I'm done with the Fendt for now. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and park this right back into the shed where it belongs. Yeah, so I was like putting fertilizer down on the grass field, and I was trying to look at the ground, trying to like, where's the color change? Where have I been? So I made one headland around, and then I looked on the map, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's in the final growth stage. Is it going to accept fertilization? No, it does not. So that kind of sucked a little bit, and I wasted some fertilizer because I was spreading the fertilizer, just it was not accepting it. So lost a little bit of cash there, but that's fine. Let's go over to here and hook up the mowers. Now, the horsepower requirement, as we mentioned last episode, it's 160 for the rear and a 70 for the front, which individually should not be a problem for the T6. Oh, probably should put the front mowers on first. You think I should put the front mower on first? Let's... Will it actually drive over? It will. It may not attach, though. Alright, can I... Let me unfold it. Maybe that will do the trick for me. Almost. There we go. Am I close enough to attach this? No. I'm close, but not lined up the way I should be. Alright, so note to self. Take the butterfly mowers off first. Alright, and there's the beautiful PTO shaft that we need. Alright, let me go ahead and... Can I fold this back up and not be a problem? Now that I got the mower on the front, that may hold the front down. Yeah, looks like we are all right now. We're fine. So it might be just a little bit too big for the T6, but if it gets the job done in the meantime, it'll get the job done. This is why it's on demo, so we can find out if it's going to work. I already have it unfolded. Yes, we can turn that one on. Oh, wait a minute. I need to turn on Control Y. But it doesn't tell me which way is which. Look at the rear butterfly mower. I'm guessing that way there should be a swath, is what I'm trying to do. And now we'll lower this back down. If it's not in the swath, well, it doesn't take that much to change it on over. Oh, so it's going to do 3 swaths. Alright, wasn't expecting that. Unless I do this, what does that do? Alright, so it doesn't make much of a difference, really. So I guess this is widespread, as we can see. And this is a swath. Well, we'll leave it in swath mode. But we can see that the T6 can kind of manage this. I was hoping it was going to spit, when I was in a swath mode, it was going to spit it all into the center, but it doesn't quite do that. There were some modern ones in 19 that did exactly that. I may have to look back into the store to see if there are any ones that do that. Well, alright, so this means I got to do a lot of picking up with the loading wagon. Or I may lease. I may have to see how much a windrower is, and maybe we'll put some swath down and pick it up with our loading wagon that way. But either way, we are cutting the grass now. Just not going to get the full 243,000 liters, I think. Let's see, I'm like 20% low on the yield. So that's going to give me... We may get right around 200,000 liters of grass, I'm guessing. Doing some quick math there. We shall see when we get it all into the silage pit. The rain is coming, but according to the forecast, the rain's not going to be here until later on, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, okay, so even you can see the T6 is kind of underpowered for this mowing set. Going around some corners, it's slowing down a little bit. I think the speed for the mower set is, working speed is 10 miles an hour. Actually, we're hitting 11 there, but it might be just 10. I think when I make a corner, I'm slowing down to like 6, or going uphill a little bit, I'm hitting 6. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a nice one big swath mode. Yeah, but just look at the mower set now. You can tell. Look at the size of the T6 and the butterfly mower. It's like, yeah, that's those are big mowers. Very big mowers. So I may have to find a different way to do this. And I've already sold the Kuhn mower that we had. So I'll have to come up with another way. Maybe I'll find another set on demo and try those out. I mean, this will definitely get the job done a lot quicker rather than just having the one mower. Not too quick on turns and whatnot, but it could be because I got so much weight on the back that it's lifting the... There's not much weight on the front wheels, maybe that's why I can't turn as well. So it's been a long time, I guess. I don't know, it may have been this way in 19 with the grass to where you can't fertilize in the last stage. If anyone can remember in 19, could we fertilize the grass in the last growth stage, or was that not a thing? I don't remember. Usually I fertilize my grass way before that. At least now I know in 22, you can't. I do know in 19, like if your crops were in the last growth stage, you couldn't fertilize, but I don't know about the grass. I would assume that grass was probably the same way. And it just never came to me when I thought, oh, we can fertilize grass whenever. And the reason why that won't work is because you're putting the application down and the crop is not going to grow anymore, so it's not actually going to absorb the nutrients that you're putting into the ground, so it makes sense in that form. Yeah, so this mowing set, yeah, so it won't even let me turn. I don't have enough weight on the front, I think. So this package here is a no-go for me, I think, at least with the T6. I guess in the future I could trade in the T6, although I would like to keep the T6 here throughout the series because it was our first tractor. And with your first tractor, at least when I do a Let's Play, I don't usually like trading in the first tractor that I have. I'd like to keep it most of the time, but this might be the time, this might be the series, not the time in the series to trade in the T6, because I need to keep the cash for the cotton harvest that's coming up. I did have a quick peek again at the Case Cotton Module Harvester, just to put the money back in my head of how much we need. It is $25,000 for the initial leasing cost, but it's $10,000 for each additional hour that we use it. And I may be using it for more than a couple of hours, so you know, it may cost me $45,000 to lease the Cotton Module Harvester. Kind of expensive, but you know, hopefully it pays out in the long run. Yeah, I'll have to have another look at the mower sets. And unfortunately, with the Fendt 1000, it's not going to work. I mean, I could put the butterfly mower on the back of the Fendt and just not have the front mower at all in the front and just kind of go around that way. Although I'll be leaving little streaks in the center, kind of not done. I mean, it would still work if I had the butterfly mower just on the back. It would just look kind of weird. But really, while I was looking at the set, when it says it puts into a swath, which it does, but I was thinking it was kind of act like the Krone X, the Krone M, where it dishes it all to the center. All three mowers deposit into the center itself. So my T6 is just a little bit underpowered to run both mowers at the same time. And I can't run the butterfly mower in the back of this because I'll be doing wheelies unless I go get a weight from the front. But thanks to the store for letting me demo this to make sure it was what I was wanting, and not quite. There are plenty of mower packs out there, so I'll have to go through a lot of them. At least today, anyways, I'll get the grass cut a lot quicker than I normally did. Usually we just had the mower in the front, so I'd be going back and forth quite a bit. Well, something like this is what we're looking for here on the farm, because we are going to have 2 grass fields to take care of next season. And getting a bigger mower set compared to what we had is definitely something that we need. I mean, this is definitely getting the job done much quicker. And I think the other grass field might be the same size, if not possibly just a little bit bigger. But with the setup that we got here so far on the farm, this is not quite what I'm looking for. I mean, this actually might be not bad to make hay. So, I mean, it's something to keep in mind, because in the future, we're going to be making hay and silage with our grass. But the T6, I think, is just a little bit underpowered for what we're trying to do with this set. Let me go ahead and switch it back to not swath dropping, but wide spreading. And see how much of a difference it makes it look like. It's going to be hard to tell because I didn't leave much grass here to do it on. kind of see with the mower on the left-hand side is kind of, yeah. I mean, it's not much of a difference, but it is there. Yeah, so that is the grass field done in no time flat compared to what it used to take me. Let's go ahead and turn that off, and we'll turn that off. And let's get a little cheesy here. Instead of just unhooking everything, we'll go here to mowers, and we will return that. And we'll return that. I did have a quick look while I was mowing the grass there to see what other sets I currently have activated for mods. I don't have that many modded mowers. And I don't really have anything that would be better, or I won't say better, but what I'm looking for. So what I wanted to do now is we're going to go in here. We're going to lease a windrower, I do hope. Windrower is right here. I would like a decent size one. How much would it be to lease this? Like $4 grand? 3,100. You know, let's go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. We're fine. And back. We'll make nice swaths with the grass. So this less passes to pick it up. I mean, it still takes the same amount of pickups. We can only hold so much in our loading wagon. Let's go down to the store and get the windrower, and we'll put it into nice little rows just to make it easier to clean up the grass, and we'll start putting that in. Like I said, I'm calculating somewhere around 200,000 liters of grass this time around, which kind of sucks because, yeah, we usually sell silage in December when the price is the best, and I goofed on the fertilization of the grass field, so when the price is the best, I'm not going to have the usual amount that I should have. Well, this windrower is a little bit bigger than I thought it was when I was looking at it in the store, but we'll make some good rows of grass here. It'll make it look like we won't have much grass until we start, you know, with the loading wagon. Hopefully the loading wagon can handle the rows I'm about to make. It looks like I'm picking up, I probably could pick up 5 rows that I put down and make it into one. So by this time next year, fingers crossed, we'll have some cows on the farm. And when we got grass like this, we'll be tedding it to turn it to hay. And then we use a windrower. And then we'll be making some bales. So we can store up a good amount of hay and what we need for the cows. A lot more work will come along here on the farm when we get cows. We got to do a little bit more for their feed. But I always got to have cows on the farm. Just have to. Yeah, so that swath is not, I don't think it's going to be too much for our loading wagon. So I had some look at the mod hub before I started recording as well. And I did find a trailer I would like to have here on the farm. It's on the Giants mod hub. It's the Joskin. I'll show it to you here in a little while. It's probably something, if one doesn't come up for sale, it's probably one I'll buy. I did write down the mod author's name. It's Nicopix, Nicopix. And I will show you the Joskin trailer that we could have here in the future. It's kind of expensive, but it's not. It's like going to be like 65 to 70 grand, somewhere in that general area. But it will hold somewhere, I think, about 48,000 liters. So that'll come in handy as a farm gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we got to start transporting some grain across the map here and there. Making less trips is always nice. I don't think I'll need a bigger trailer than that, but then again, I really don't know how big we're going to get here on No Man's Land. I would like to start putting down a residential area, but that's going to cost a little bit of cash. I'm trying to figure out on the residential area. I think if I do the residential area, I'm just going to put down houses, and that's not going to come out of our money, because that's not like I'm going to collect rent or anything from these tenants is just here for decoration, if you will. But the roads and everything around the buildings I will have to put down, and that'll be something we pay for. But the buildings themselves, no. Now, I could do like a little bit of a role play. Like if I put down the buildings, then I could be charging the tenants rent. And that would be, you know, bring some income in. But then I do have to put the money up front for the buildings. So I think we'll just place the buildings down. And just leave them as is. I also got to make sure, because sometimes I forget when I'm picking up this grass, I got to make sure I go over and say hello to the sheep and top them off. Now we should be able to go ahead and mow this again. Let's see, October, I think it's December. I think last year we mowed it in September. We had to wait until December, and the grass wasn't quite there. Or did I mow it last year in October? I don't remember. Cannot recall. So if my calculations are right, it's going to take about a dozen to about 13 trips with the loading wagon that we have to get this grass off the field. I did miss a little bit of strip of grass to cut, so I lost about 50 liters right there. Watch out, sheep. Get out of my way. And now to get this last little piece up here, then I can turn the windrower back to the store, or have it disappear from the back of my tractor. That's the easiest way to do it right now. And I might as well just drive on through and get the rest into a nice little row there. Alright, let's go ahead and return that. Kind of expensive lease, but you know what? If you've never seen a windrower before, now you know what windrowers do. Let's go ahead and return that to the store. Alright, let's go grab our loading wagon and start picking up this grass. And let's see if my calculation's right. I said just about 200,000 liters, I think, is what we're going to end up with. But now that we got the fertilizer spreader always here at the farm, we can go ahead and fertilize the grass once we get done picking the grass up off the field. And that way it's ready to go for next time, which could be November/December. Now the first few times when I was mowing this grass over here, I had the Kuhn mower on the front along with the loading wagon doing both jobs at once. But it got to be kind of crowded when I got into the silage bunker pit with the Kuhn mower, because the Kuhn mower was like 4 meters wide, and I think the opening in the pit maybe like 5 to 6 meters wide. And I couldn't dump the grass on either side. I had to like dump the grass like right down the center. And I wanted to fill up the silo bunker kind of like on both sides, and I couldn't do it. So then I ended up, the past few times, I go out with a Kuhn mower, mow the grass, then go around with a loading wagon afterwards to pick it up. It made going in and out of the bunker a little bit easier for myself. Let's make sure we top off the sheep first. Don't want to forget the sheep. Now, I need to cut more of the trees down around here. Make it a little bit more accessible for myself. You guys don't need grass? It doesn't seem right. There we go. Guess this went over far enough. So they took about 1,500 liters, so not a whole lot. Might as well go ahead and top off our loading wagon. Alright, to the silage bunker we go. Yeah, the silage definitely has helped out the farm quite a bit here the first I think we're actually in year 6. I was kind of surprised when I saw that stat a few episodes ago. When I saw, I'm like, oh, they got the stats now, how many years you played. I didn't know we've had that many seasons. Let's make sure we don't get any of the grass going out the back of the bunker. One down of about 13, I think. Let me get this piece of grass out here that I can barely see in the tall grass. Getting pretty close to the end here. I have not looked at to see what the total is in the silage bunker yet. I'm going to do that with you guys. I even lost track of how many loads I brought over. I was counting. I got up to 5, and then I kind of like phased out, and then when I thought about it again, I'm like, is this like 8 or 9 loads? Or it's like, it doesn't matter now. If you don't know, you don't know. Probably going to get at least one more load, and then a little bit more after that. I don't think I can fit this entire row into the forage wagon. Maybe I can. It's going to be kind of close. I'll compact it later with the Fendt. That'll make it a lot quicker than the T6 because it weighs 10 tons more than the T6 does. But we will hook up the fertilizer spreader up to the T6. We'll go around and hopefully I get enough fertilizer to do the field that in one go. I don't have to buy any fertilizer because I don't have any more. It's all in the spreader itself. So next time I go to the store, I probably should get some fertilizer because I'm going to need it for the grass field over by where the cow barn is going to be. Want to get that planted this season. That way when next year rolls around, we are ready for it, or it's ready for us whenever. I was trying to get it on this side. Thank you. That's what I want to do. One side, then the other. Alright, let's go get the last little piece. And we'll see what our total is. I'm guessing just shy of 200,000 liters, but we will see in just a moment. Now next year when we cut the grass, we'll be probably just making silage for the cows. And by doing so, it may not be from this field. This field here will probably be the hay field because we can feed hay to the sheep. So making hay over here, and the other grass field could be for silage because that's where we need it for the cows. And we'll have the silo bunker there. We'll demolish this one here and rebuild one over there. May rebuild a different silage bunker rather than this one. See how it goes. Now let's go ahead and put this on in here. And we will add, well, don't forget, we did give the sheep about 1,500 liters for feed. So our total is, oh wow, 212,000. That was, that's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. So I lost about 30,000 liters of grass by not getting the extra stage of fertilization down. But, I mean, that's not too bad. 212,000 liters is pretty darn good. Well, I was ready to put the loading wagon away, but yep, might be time about thinking about getting another shed. I'm running out of places to put things again rather quickly. So right now I'm just going to put this in front of the water tanker. I don't need the water tanker. Oh, wait a minute. How are the sheep on water? Oh, they're still okay. They can go probably another month or so. Let's grab our fertilizer spreader and get that field ready for next time when we cut it. That's right, there's no PTO shaft in this spreader. Alright, so now, when I fertilize, it should accept it. There we go. That's better. And it's much easier to fertilize it when the grass is up and freshly cut. You can easily see where you've been. Let's see, how far out can I spread? Wow, that far out, huh? Okay. That's really flinging the fertilizer. Why do I get the feeling that I'm going to be just short on fertilizer? And getting this all done before the rain gets here as well. I know it said about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but probably the rest of the afternoon I'll be grabbing this T6 and heading over to the other grass field. I got the stones to get out of that field. And then it's straight on to the cotton harvesting, I do believe, which won't be until November, I think, because we didn't plant until March. We didn't plant in February, we planted in March, so I'm guessing it won't be until the month of November. And that is going to be the time where we spend some cash on the cotton module harvester. Well, hopefully when springtime rolls around, tight knit and so what have made enough clothing to where we get more than enough of our money back. Still have not got used to this working width of the fertilizer spreader being as wide as it is. It's almost hard to even scroll back far enough on the mouse to see the entire working area. I could narrow it down right here to save myself some fertilizer, but for that little distance, not that big of a deal. Now, hopefully we'll get one more cut in this year at a full height, meaning it's at its full harvest stage. Last season, I think it was only it was in the second to last height, so we didn't get quite as much, but we did pretty good. I think I forgot how many liters it was, like 180 maybe. Am I getting no? Leaving a little bit of a strip. Now, I forgot what keys it is. Is it N and M? Or, no, it's Control Z. Alright, so how small can we go? 15 meters, which is actually pretty wide working width. Yeah, it looks like it's using the same amount of fertilizer, honestly. Maybe not. I wasn't really paying attention when I was fertilizing at the full working width. Let me come over here and get some of the other pieces that I missed. I only got 78 liters of fertilizer left, so it's not going to get me far on another project, so I might as well go ahead and use it all here. So for like the past 3 or 4 times I've mowed the grass, I really haven't shown any of it, but today you get a full episode of taking care of the grass field. So the glass mowers didn't quite work the way I thought it was going to when it said swath mode was available to it. I was thinking kind of like the Big Krone M does, but not quite. It does make a swath, but I didn't really see much of a difference there. Not much where it'd be like, oh, I definitely need that mowing set because it puts into a swath. But overall, it's not a bad mowing set. Maybe a little bit too much for the T6 that we have here. So next time we mow the grass, I gotta look for something that best fits our, well, something for the T6. Yeah, I gotta figure out something. Sure, I'll find something, and probably by the time I think I need to look for it, I'll forget about it. Pull this on out because the next project I need to do is go back over and pick up stones. So I need to hook up to this wonderful little gadget. And then I'm bringing the trailer with me. And speaking of trailers, I have not shown you yet that Joskin trailer I was mentioning earlier. That's on the Giants Mod Hub. That, like I said, if one doesn't come up for sale, is probably one I'll go for, because I can change the colors of it. I like that option of being able to change colors, because if you've been on this channel with me long enough, you know sometimes I pick out weird colors just because we can. Do I have anything? No more, nothing else fleece. That's good. Trailers right here. And if we scroll all the way down to the end, because it's a modded one, Joskin. And once again, this mod is on the Giants Mod Hub, and it's made by NicoPix. So on here, you got the standard, which is 47 meters squared, or you can get the extension and get up to 48.5 meters squared. I may just go for the non-extension, because if I get the extension, is 63,000. If I go for the non-extension, yes, it is cheaper, but I can have a cover on it. It's kind of hard to see the cover, but yeah, there's a cover on it. Without the cover, that's the way it looks. But with a cover, I may have that. You do have your different type of wheels, of course. And of course, you got your wheel set up to wide tires and whatnot. But being able to change colors, you can change, that's your main color. That is your design color. And of course, you got your rim color right there. I could get that color just to annoy a lot of you that way, but that's not the color choice I would go for. I'm just showing what the different zones are for the three kind of color choices that we got. But overall, you're looking at about 60, well, with this configuration here, yeah, you're looking at about 68,000 for 47 meters cubed. Did I say squared before? I may have said squared, cubed. Anyways, back on there. So, you know, unless another trailer about that size comes up for sale, that might be one that we get next season after we sell the clothes, and make sure also that we have enough for everything we need for the cows. But that's going to do it for the month of September. I will get, like I said, I'm going to go over to the grass field. Actually, I can kind of teleport over there. Yeah, right over here. We can kind of teleport there to the biomass heating plant. And then take a jog over here. I don't know if I brought you guys over since I finished plowing or not. And cut down the trees. I don't know if you guys have been over here or not. I don't remember. So we'll come over here and wrap up the episode over here by the grass field. The cow barn's going to go in this general area right here. I got all the small trees out of here. And hopefully I got all the tree stumps. I think I did. And this will be their grass field for silage, hay, whatever they need to be. But yep, got to go. Yes, it does need lime, but first of all, it needs to be, the rocks need to be picked up. That's why I'm bringing the trailer over. I can just dump the rocks into the trailer and then bring it all back, and then I'll dump it on the ground and then pick up the rocks again and then dump them into the rock crusher. How many stones do I have? Is it worth turning on the rock producer yet? Not really. Not really at all. That's only going to run for about 3 hours. So might as well wait until we do this field. And of course, then we got all the cotton fields that we got to do. So yeah, I'll have the rocks picked up here by next episode. And or also, the Fendt will go over and we'll compact that grass, chaff, cover it, and then we'll have silage. But next episode, yeah, may start with maybe planting grass in this field here. And then get on over to the cotton harvest. But cotton harvest may come first. I'm not sure. See how I feel like when I start next episode. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one.